Good to see you again, Judge.
Likewise, Miss Tessman.
And now, Judge, I'm going to shoot you.
No, no, no. Don't point that thing at me.
That's what comes of sneaking in the back way.
Are you out of your mind?
Oh dear, I didn't hit you, did I?
Just stop the nonsense.
All right, you can come in, Judge.
Good God, are you still playing such games? What are you shooting at?
Oh, I was shooting into the sky.
Permit me. This one. I know it well. Where's the case? Here. We'll have no more of that kind of fun today.
Well, what in heaven's name do you want me to do with myself?
You haven't had any visitors?
Not a single one. All of our set are still in the country, I guess.
And Tessman isn't home either?
No, right after lunch he ran over to his aunt's. He didn't expect you so soon.
I should have realized. That was stupid of me.
Why stupid?
Because, in that case, I would have stopped by a little bit earlier.
Well, you'd have found no one here then at all. I've been up in my room dressing since lunch.
And there's not the least little crack in the door we could have conferred through?
You forgot to arrange it.
Oh, so stupid of me.
Well, we'll just have to settle down here. And wait, Tessman won't be back for a while.
Don't worry, I can be patient.
Well,
I
spoke first.
Then let's have a nice little cozy chat, Miss Hedda.
Doesn't it seem like a whole eternity since the last time we talked together? Oh, a few words last night and this morning, but they don't count.
You mean like this? Between ourselves? Just the two of us?
Well, more or less.
There wasn't a day that I didn't wish you were home again.
And I was wishing exactly the same.
You? Really? Miss Hedda? And I thought you were having such a marvelous time on this trip.
Oh, you can imagine.
But that's what Tessman always wrote.
Oh, him. There's nothing he likes better than grubbing around in libraries and copying out old parchments or whatever you call them.
But after all, it's his calling in life. In good part, anyway.
Yes, that's true. So there's nothing wrong with it. But what about me? Oh, Judge, you don't know. I've been so dreadfully bored.
You really mean that? In all seriousness?
Well, you can understand. To go for a whole 6 months without meeting a soul who knew the least bit about our circle. No one that could talk to about our kind of things.
Yes. I think that would bother me too.
But then the most unbearable thing of all.
What?
To be everlastingly together with one and the same person.
Morning, noon, and night? Yes. At every conceivable hour?
I said everlastingly.
All right, but with our good friend Tessman, I really would have thought.
My dear Judge, Tessman is a specialist.
Undeniably.
And specialists aren't at all amusing to travel with. Not in the long run, anyway.
Not even the specialist that one loves?
Ugh, don't use that syrupy word.
What's that, Miss Hedda?
Well, just try it yourself. Try listening to the history of civilization, morning, noon, and...
Everlastingly?
Yes, and all this business about domestic crafts in the Middle Ages. That really is just too revolting.
But tell me, I can't see how it ever came about that.
That George Tessman and I could make a match?
All right, let's put it that way.
Good Lord, does it seem so remarkable?
Well, yes and no, Miss Hedda.
I really had danced myself out, Judge. My time was up. No, I don't want to say that, or think it either.
You certainly have no reason to.
Oh, reasons. And George Tessman, he is, after all, a thoroughly acceptable choice.
Acceptable and dependable, beyond a doubt.
And I don't find anything ridiculous about him, do you?
Ridiculous? No, I wouldn't say that.
Anyway, he works incredibly hard on his research. There's every chance that, in time, he could still make a name for himself.
I thought you believed, like everyone else, that he was going to be quite famous someday.
Yes, so I did. And then he kept pressing and pleading to be allowed to take care of me. I didn't see why I ought to resist.
No, from that point of view, of course not.
It was certainly more than my other admirers were willing to do for me, Judge.
Well, I can't exactly answer for all others, but as far as I'm concerned, you know, that I've always cherished, a certain respect for marriage bond. Generally speaking, that is.
Oh, I never really held out any hopes for you.
All I want is to have a warm circle of intimate friends, where I can be of us one way or another, with the freedom to come and go as trusted friend.
Of the man of the house, you mean?
Frankly, I prefer the lady, but the man too, of course, in his place. That kind of, let's say, triangular arrangement. You can't imagine how satisfying it can be all around.